go to the ground. The thing about Soldić is he's got great power. If you cover, it's not enough.
Oh, it's like a machine gun, those hands. Bang, 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 out come the shots. I have to say, Bohrer is on point here, and he's come forward, but Soldić, you get the feeling he's holding back.
You know, it's worth noting that Bohrer is a good stand-up guy. Fights out of a great gym. He's well coached. He's been in the MMA game a lot longer than Soldić, but you cannot deal with the power of a guy who has this level of prowess on the feet.
Soldić throws up that kick, brings in the knee strike. There's the hands. There's the knee strike again. Up against the wire now, and he's really pressurizing Bohrer. And you can see the mechanics going to work here right through Bohrer's mind. Soldić steals a sneaky little right hand in. This is really patient work from Soldić, because I think maybe he wants to improve his ground game, but he doesn't want to live in the world of Bohrer. And already we're seeing left-right combination and the knee strike. Beautiful techniques, clean work here from the Croatian.
Smart work off the wire as well. Bohrer can stand and hang, but he doesn't want to get complacent. He doesn't want to hang out in front of the sights, if you will, of Soldić.
Up went the high kick from Bohrer. That was adventurous. I wouldn't want to go there. Exposing anything to Soldić is like, well, hanging your hand off the side of a boat in shark water. And confidence, I have to say, from Bohrer. He may have come to this with a strategy. If he survives this round, anything can happen.
Already the rear tools are a factor. The left kick, the left hand. The hand fighting from the southpaw stance for Soldić.
I have to say that that was a slip. I have to say that the KSW promoters have done a fantastic job here. This is no cake to be walked by Soldić. This is a tough opponent. Soldić is not finishing this in the way we thought he would. Bohrer is a seasoned journeyman, and he's not perturbed by the 15,000 people in attendance. He's taking big shots from Soldić, and he's survived, but he's in all kinds of trouble now. Roberto Soldić looks to finish this. Hits the left hand, then the right. Thomas Bronder is looking on. Soldić goes to the ground, but Bohrer's surviving. Down goes the ground and pound. Referee's watching very closely. It's not over yet.
Bohrer's rocked. Smart stuff from Soldić. Do not play around. He is a very, very proficient grappler. Just pick him off slowly on the feet.
Well, look at that. It's like a killer whale playing with a baby seal. Roberto Soldić lets him back up to put more pain on him. I mean, he's going to rock people back in Sao Paulo with those shots. Bohrer almost out on his feet. How he's surviving these shots, I don't know. Roberto Soldić hits you like an SUV crashing into the back of you. I mean, it's unbelievable. Well, we're on 1 minute 46 of the first round, and it's one hand clapping we're already seeing from Vinicius Bohrer.
He's a veteran, though. He's been here before, Will. He's a good guy. He's fought exclusively in Brazil, but there's no easy fights there. It's not the first time he's been in these positions, and he's not a big welterweight. So he's gone up to, obviously, a catchweight of 80 keys instead of 77 here, but he's fought bigger guys. He's dealt with this before.
Well, I mean, those are big factors, but after the onslaught from Soldić, he's still there, and he's still game. He's still looking to fight, and Soldić hasn't put him away, even though he's thrown some big shots. I mean, shots like that would have wasted any other fighter. Bohrer is really, really showing some big heart, but doesn't want to make those kind of mistakes, although he might be dragging Soldić to the mat.
Soldić is going to go for it again here. He knows he's got 60 seconds left. Good punches on the inside, but get back to space. Make him come to you.
Soldić pouring on the pain now, and this really is submission territory. And Soldić, although he doesn't really want to grapple, he's attempting some kind of mount.
He did a good job there, stuffing the legs. Bohrer is a very fluid grappler. For me, Soldić just got to make him come to him. He's rocked here, Will. He's hurt.
Yeah, Soldić has done too much groundwork here in terms of softening him up. There it is, it's the left hand! It's the knockdown! The KSW welterweight champion finishes it in emphatic style. Roberto Soldić finishes this in the first round. It's all over. Bye-bye Pepsi Cola. Hello, holy wine.
What a knockout there from Soldić. You know, the bell was not on the line tonight. He came in on short notice. There were some utterings and murmurs that he might have been injured, but he wanted to go out. You heard it there in the pre-fight video. This is the biggest card of the year. For me, he wanted to be on it. That's 4 fights in the last 12 months, 3 wins. Amazing knockout again by Soldić.
Roberto Soldić proves emphatically the punching power that he has at his disposal. There was a point at which I thought that Bohrer would have just maybe survived the first round and opened this up. But we spoke to Roberto before the fight, and he said, no way, no way. I'm finishing this. I'm going to be decisive, and that's exactly what he's done. Oh, Roberto Soldić rocks the house. Boom! Vinicius Bohrer hit the room. Bravery, 10 out of 10. That's, you know, swimming in waters with sharks. And Bohrer has made it to his feet, but he looks like he's been hit by a truck. And you know what? That truck was made in Croatia.
And for me, Soldić could not be too aggressive right away. He did a good job of setting things up and not getting pulled into the game of Bohrer. It takes discipline. Obviously, he was on the verge, on the tipping point of finishing that fight a couple of times, but he obviously made sure that he stayed out of any traps from Bohrer. And you know what? Another win for Soldić.
Well, Bohrer is seriously hurt. He's on his feet, but I don't think they should have let him. I think they should have kept him on the ground. He really, really is seriously hurt. And that's the devastating power that Soldić has, Hans. They need the medical people there to get in and take a good look. Martin Lewandowski, of course, the CEO of KSW, in the ring, showing concern. But just look at that. That's a very bad man. And that is Roberto Soldić. If there's any welterweight contenders out there, they just need to look at that. That's a demolition job.
And the thing is, it was all set up with the fact that, you know, Bohrer is no slouch on the feet. He had a guard. The guard was there. He was covering, but that's not enough against Soldić. You can't stand in that guy's headlights because even with those 4-ounce gloves, it's not the same as a kickboxing contest or boxing where you can shell up and hope that that's okay and use other defensive maneuvers. You can't deflect punches like that against Soldić because the power is too much.
Roberto Soldić is a hitman for the mob. He is an absolute chalk liner. He's just devastating. How are you going to stop the onslaught like that? It's like standing naked in a hurricane and expecting not to get wet. That man is just a force of nature. Well, we're really glad to see that the medics are in there now with Vinicius Bohrer. And just look at this, Chris. This is how he did it. Sets up that right hand. Boom! Left hand. And that's it. It was all over.
He was framing with that right arm for the counter as well. He was waiting for the opening. Bohrer just drops and then doesn't cover up the middle. It comes straight through. Beautiful.
It's a double chin take. People felt that in Sao Paulo. I'm telling you, right the way around the world. And they felt that in Sao Paulo. That was just an absolute devastating shot. And you know what? Roberto Soldić had it in him in the first 30 seconds. But like I said, Soldić's problem is his corner is saying, don't do it too quick.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Roberto Soldić, the winner by KO in the first round.
Robocop.